Yeah. In rediscovering Jesus, Timothy Schilling explores faith in a more contemporary sense. When it comes to America specifically, faith can be hard at times, since we seem to have everything we need. America is a country where basic needs and more are typically met, leading to less resilience in how faith is lived. Furthermore, America is filled with ideas such as materialism and self-absorption, which further pulls people away from faith, or as Timothy describes, self-absorption is a slow suicide. To combat this, we must leave place for Jesus in our lives. Also, we must attempt to, like we learn at St. X, find God in all things, not just extraordinary events. And a friend of God, William A. Barry, emphasizes the importance of recognizing God in the ordinary parts of life. He emphasizes the point that we must attempt to find God in all things and all activities. And in this way, we will leave more room for God in our lives. A specific point William A. Barry brings up is that we should constantly ask ourselves, where is God in this experience? Overall, a friend of God helps us show the importance of finding God in everyday events in order to leave room for God in our lives.
Multiple examples to show messianic-like figures, like Gandalf and Galadriel. Gandalf the Grey acts like a guide toward the rest of the Fellowship, giving advice and directions, but ultimately sacrifices himself to the Balrogs to save the rest of the Fellowship. And Galadriel gives the Fellowship items to help them on their journeys, seeing into the future and giving them those items to serve an important purpose, to save themselves and others. Gandalf the White eventually comes back to the Fellowship,
just cut that.
and tells Aragorn exactly what he needs to do to save mankind and not give in to the evil temptation and give up, but rather to keep faith.
Calls the Kingdoms 1 and 2. It's emphasized that Jesus is the leader. Leaders are an important part of our lives, and they're what inspire our choices on how we live and what we do. We have many different leaders in many different areas of our lives, but they all share similar qualities in being a leader. In part 1 of the prayer experience, a figure of leader is brought about who wishes to overcome many of the world's issues, and all that must be done to follow this leader and share in the victory after is to share in the leader's food, drink, and clothing. This leader may sound attractive to many. Part 2 follows up and continues on this by making the leader Jesus, who wishes to overcome sin and evil with victory assured. It's then brought up that with victory assured, why would one not follow Jesus? After some reflection, one may realize that we all have unique gifts that Jesus calls us to use in following this goal. We also realize that even with victory assured, it's somehow still hard to follow Jesus at times because of our busy lives, which connects back to discovering Jesus and making time for Jesus in our lives. We overall liked this prayer experience because it helps show how enticing the call towards God is in the big picture. We just must make time to follow and lead with Him. Yeah, this prayer experience overall helps us follow the Ignatian adventure through 7 days of spiritual exercises, prayer, and reflection. This experience involves multiple prayers and reflection and questions split into 7 different days. Specifically noticed and reflected on the statement, though, at times we resist opening our ears to Christ's call because we are afraid of what we hear. This resonated with me a lot. Since I've personally been scared of things like reconciliation, because even though I know God will forgive me, I'm still scared at times to admit my sins. This prayer experience helps to call us to this desire to voice God and be open to listen to God.
We found a connection between our theme of getting to know Jesus better, messianic figures in film, and the call of the King, and determining our values as we are living them out. While we feel we could connect with many of the topics, we felt best connected with this sub-theme because of the prayer experience reflection questions of the call of the King. One specific reflection question asks us to reflect on what we think our unique gift or values that God gave us in order to serve Him, which we think connects to the sub-theme of discovering our values and how we live those values out.
I see this theme affect my own life daily. I notice, especially after reflecting on the articles and the prayer experiences, that I often don't leave room for Jesus in my life because of how busy I feel, or that I'm afraid of hearing what Jesus will have to say. Cairo specifically taught me the importance of slowing down. Having no phone made me realize the amount of time I spend on things like my phone and other matters, rather than listening for Jesus' call in my own life.
Not giving in to temptation is difficult. Like in the Lord of the Rings, giving in to the evil temptation is difficult and requires self-restraint. However, it is beneficial to practice this self-restraint and mental aptitude as it leads to greater self-appreciation and self-confidence in myself. Cheating on homework, especially during senior year, has been a struggle. However, because of my confidence in myself and my abilities, as well as a clear mind, I have been able to turn these feelings and thoughts.
Companionship is a prominent theme in Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship must stick together through their journey to destroy the ring. The characters learn to put aside their differences to strive toward a common goal. In my life, I had to support my companions on the golf team toward a common goal when I was taken off the first team due to my poor performance. But I still had to support my teammates toward our common goal of the state championship. In the end, I was able to play on the state team because of my selflessness and because I put aside my differences.
Oh.